Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, this is the Daily Deucey podcast for today, Wednesday, March 10th. Fucking March moving right on along, springtime moving right on along. Fortnite season, got about a week left until the new season. NBA season moving right along. But somebody who's not really moving right along is Heat center Meyers Leonard, whom dropped by gaming sponsors after anti-Jewish slur. Not good, guy. The fallout from Meyers Leonard's, it's always weird when your first name starts with a last name. God damn it. It's always weird when your first name ends with an S. Meyers. Myers's Leonard's anti-Semitic slur is going beyond the basketball court. A number of gaming sponsors have dropped Leonard after he spewed hateful language during a Call of Duty livestream. Effing coward, don't effing snipe me, you effing K-I-K-E B-word. I'm like Deucey curses, and I'm not even saying it because I don't want to get canceled. He was suspended indefinitely by the team. I wonder if that's with pay or not. Professional esports organization FaZe Clan cut ties with the 29-year-old on Tuesday. According to Unilad, 3 other gaming companies, Origin PC, Scuff Gaming, and Astro Gaming, confirmed they would no longer be working with Leonard, who has over 58,000 followers on his Twitch account. We were incredibly disappointed to hear Meyers stream Tuesday, FaZe Clan said in a statement. FaZe does not tolerate hate speech or discriminatory language in any kind. While Meyers is not a member of FaZe, we are cutting ties with him. This community has so much growing to do. Let's be better together. Leonard apologized for his rant and claimed he did not understand the true meaning of the word. While I didn't know what the word meant at the time, my ignorance about its history and how offensive it is to the Jewish community is absolutely not an excuse, and I was just wrong. So, I know better that that's like a bad word against Jewish people, but I'm not even really sure what it means myself and like the actual, origins of it. So, I mean, he didn't know that it was a bad word. Now, whether you know or not doesn't really make it that much better, but I mean, if there wasn't any sort of anti-Jewish sentiment from his aspect, you have to kind of factor that in, I believe, to be fair. I mean, if he was specifically saying that against Jewish people that he was playing against, or knowingly said something like that against them, or when I first heard about the story, I didn't know what he said. I thought he said something like, "Oh, don't be a Jew," or "Don't Jew out on me," or something like that, in like a stereotypical reference of Jews being cheap or something like that. But to actually say the K word, and listen, he's an NBA player, and God knows I curse more than fucking everybody, but you should be more careful when your fame is in the NBA and not on Twitch, where he cursed 4 times in that sentence. He said the B word, he said the K word, and he said the F word multiple times. So the only thing that I kind of think would have been better off, honestly, he apologized. He didn't know it was a bad word. Let him, atone for that, learn from where he is and what he now knows. But all these people just cutting him off right away, if he was just such a terrible person and on thin ice, that one thing like this, when he said a word he didn't even know what it meant, would, mean his removal from the organization, maybe he shouldn't have been on the organization in the first place. Or maybe the organization is fucking overreacting. Again, if you show contrition, you show that you were sorry, you weren't doing it directly against any Jewish people, and the idiot didn't even know what the word meant. I don't know. I feel he should get off a little bit lighter on that. Deucey crypto update for 12:44 p.m. on March 10th. Bitcoin sitting nice. Ow, my back still hurts a little bit. $56,927, up 5.77% for the day. Ethereum 1845 at 1.57% for the day. Ripple down 2.3% at 47 cents. And Doge down 1% at 6 cents. So from Greg Thompson, I'm sure it's Thompson, at least he spells Greg, G-R-E-G. NVIDIA RTX 3060 mines Ether at full power as miners allegedly bypassed hash limits. NVIDIA's plan to separate gaming and mining demand could be foiled after a custom modification allegedly bypassed the RTX 3060's Ether mining limitations. So we'll hit this really quick, and I'll give a couple paragraphs from this article, but basically the way that a lot of these coins are mined are by running these long, difficult mathematical equations, which will then give you a large number, which will then be identifiable and you won't be able to fake it. So that's what like mining is. Now, a lot of these graphics cards that you put in your computer to play video games on, those are the ones that mine the best. So now, just like there's a problem getting PlayStations and Xboxes for similar reasons, it's hard to get these video cards, and people who just want to play games on them aren't able to get them because people who want to mine on them are scooping them up. So NVIDIA, in their new card, tried to put some sort of software limits on the card itself, but it already looks like people have overturned that. NVIDIA's attempt to shift Ether miners away from its new GeForce RTX 3060 graphics cards by limiting its hash rate appears to have been short-lived. Screenshots posted by tech leak Twitter account iLeakVN show a stack of 8 RTX 3060 graphics cards operating at far above NVIDIA's 20 to 25 megahashes per second mining limit, while reportedly using Ethereum's Dagger Hashimoto mining algorithm. On the same day, a cryptocurrency-focused Facebook group from Vietnam posted a graphic announcing that the RTX 3060 had indeed been bypassed and could now reach its full power of 50 megahashes per second thanks to a mod. Breaking NVIDIA's enforced limits on Ether mining was apparently achieved using a custom modification. This flies in the face of a recent announcement by NVIDIA's Global Director of Public Relations, Brian Del Rizzo, who said on February 21st that secure interactions between the GPU hardware, the driver software, and the computer firmware would prevent the removal of the hash rate limiter. So again, if people want to do something with your product, they're going to figure it out, babe. So like, it was stupid off the bat, like having NVIDIA try to just make a difference between mining cards and regular cards. Like, you're never going to be able to do it with just software because within weeks, people will hack that software. So you might as well just went all in with mining, made it go as fast as possible, and just let the market decide. I find it funny, like they set these MSRPs for these cards, and then they sell out immediately and then get resold on the secondary market, like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or shit like that. And then they sell out pretty much immediately until the price continues to go up until they don't sell out any longer. Then that price will kind of solidify. And that's what they probably should have been selling from the first place. So, like, whatever the MSRP is kind of irrelevant. Whatever people will pay for an item is what it's worth. And if people will pay 10, 20, 30, 50% markups on these items in the secondary market, maybe that's what they should be charging for in the first place. It's just simple supply and demand. Okay, so for a local story, actually kind of hopefully closing out this story, which we've addressed multiple times, Montclair and Teachers Union reached tentative settlement for students to return to school. The Montclair Board of Education and the Montclair Teachers Union reached a settlement Tuesday during a live stream hearing in Essex Superior Court to open schools for hybrid in-person learning on April 12th, contingent on union approval of safety protocols. The schools have been 100% remote since COVID a year ago. Details are still being negotiated. Protocols still to be agreed upon include a bus contract, building cleaning frequency, and products to be used, entry and dismissal plans, and how snacks will be handled. So you held kids out of school for a year for how fucking snacks are going to be distributed. Fucking idiots, man. Elementary students only would return on April 12th. It's not clear if the hybrid schedule initially proposed in August will be operative. We are pleased that the Montclair Education Association has committed to an in-person instruction at the elementary schools commencing on April 12th, said Superintendent Pons. That's a little bit of a jab, to be completely honest. He is pleased that the Education Association has committed to in-person instruction. So he's basically saying his people have been looking for in-person instruction the whole time, but the Education Association held it out, which is true. School and union officials have been locked in a bitter standoff since January 19th when elementary school teachers failed to attend in-person training day to prepare for a return to hybrid in-person learning on January 25th. After the district was forced to cancel the reopening, frustrated parents protested in front of the school. In early February, the superintendent filed a lawsuit to force the union to return in-person learning. And a week later, the Essex County Superior Court Judge Paganelli ruled in favor of the union, saying the district had failed to show it has complied with state and health and safety standards, which is weird because, like, how would they put that up without being able to prove that they did it or not? Anyhow, Mayor Sean Spiller, who's also be the president of the State Teachers Union beginning in August, said he was relieved but cautious. I'm happy that the parties are working together, but the district still has to provide the judge with proof of compliance with all these different safety standards, and the district has to come through. Even if students do return April 12th, the district's troubles aren't over. Another lawsuit filed against the district by a parent group to immediately reopen for full-time in-person instruction 5 days a week. So Darren Ciorata, Montclair parent and plaintiff in the suit, said they're not backing down. This isn't over until every student is back at school 5 days a week full time. So how long until more and more people are just going to start getting sued? Like, you see these other states open it, Texas opening up maskless, Mississippi opening up maskless, Florida's just been, economy has just been blowing up for months now. Like, when are you going to see small businesses just sue like Cuomo or de Blasio or, small businesses here in New Jersey just sue Governor Murphy? I mean, it's coming, babe. And now they're opening up, even on top of here, it says NJ to lift capacity for indoor dining, business 50%. So now that Trump isn't around anymore, they're going to start opening things up a lot quicker. But, it's probably too little too late for many businesses, and we'll see what they do for them, because as of right now, it's not dick. On our Deucey Entertainment /Tech edition, Amazon reportedly working on a secret home robot the size of 2 small cats. That's scary, dude. I almost think that's scarier than like a humanoid robot. Amazon has reportedly reached the late prototype stage of its secret home robot project codenamed Vesta. According to The Verge, an insider report revealed that Amazon is making steady progress on its long-rumored Vesta bot after assigning more than 800 employees to the project. The company reportedly considered the development of its home robot a top priority, as it has the potential to emerge as one of the biggest and most ambitious technologies on the market. Speculative details in the report suggest the device will be around the size of 2 small cats, approximately 10 to 13 inches wide, and that it will be able to move around the space and navigate an area just like a furry feline, as the voice-activated assistant will roll about on its wheels. The robot will function as a home motivation hub by responding to comments and interfacing with other smart home devices. Bro, so it's going to have a screen. So it's like your Alexa or your Google Home on wheels, and it's a cat. Like, I don't know if it's also going to try to kill you in its sleep like cats do, but like, this shit's a little kind of scary to me. And I'm allergic to cats anyway, so I'm not down with cats in any fucking means whatsoever. The bot could also include a small compartment for carrying objects as part of its design. Yeah, like your fucking finger. Oh my lord. Waist-high retractable pole with a camera that it sticks up your butt for colonoscopies. Another set of eyes when users misplace items around their home. As useful as it all sounds, some employees have reportedly expressed concern over whether the robot will find a customer base if it ever hits the market. Anonymous source directly involved with the project said that people were very skeptical about the product launch and there had been apprehension over the possibility of it turning into another Fire phone. Amazon had a hard time selling its first ever phone, and the company lost $170 million on the phone. If the Vesta robot does eventually hit the market, then it's believed that it could be initially launched as a limited invite only product, as a means of presumably gauging reactions of interest before stocking up on inventory. It sounds like a smart plan to us, especially since a recent study found that humans prefer AI robots to look human. Well, at least up to a certain point. Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm not sure if I do really. I think maybe that should be the law. Like, we're not allowed to build human looking robots like Westworld. Maybe that's how we save ourselves. Like, every robot has to look like an actual robot or an animal of some sorts. Like, on Westworld, you can't tell the difference. Like, you got to cut like pretty deep to get into one of these things to tell the difference if it's human or not. And I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, also probably not a good idea if we have like animal sex bots. But like, what if it was like a human? But what if they're like centaur sex bots? Centaur sex bots. That's it. That's fucking genius, is it not? Like, big fucking horse head. Okay, now we're getting really fucking nuts here. Centaur sex bots. We're gonna end on that. Quick 16.5 minute version here. To be honest, I'd probably buy the fucking robot. I have about 7 Google Homes all around my house. It controls all my lights, controls all my TVs. I needed to get it to control my heat and shit as well. But I'm all about it. Fuck it. Let's bring the robots in. Adios.